You've watched Elon Musk do the impossible over and over again. Rockets that land themselves. Electric cars that redefined an entire industry. And now, he's taking on Microsoft with something that sounds absolutely insane. I'm talking about an entire software company run almost entirely by artificial intelligence. Yeah, you heard that right. And here's the thing most people are missing. If he pulls this off, the way we all work is about to fundamentally change. Trust me, this isn't just another Elon headline. This could reshape the entire American tech industry. Welcome back to bitbiased.ai, where we do the research so you don't have to. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what Macrohard is, why Musk believes AI can simulate a company like Microsoft, and what this means for you, whether you're a software developer, an entrepreneur, or just someone trying to stay ahead of the curve. We'll explore the technology behind it, the bold claims Musk is making, and honestly, whether this whole thing is genius or just too ambitious. And here's where it gets really interesting. Musk has already trademarked the name, painted it on his supercomputer facility, and is actively hiring engineers to make this happen. First up, let's talk about why Musk even thinks this is possible. The impossible becomes routine, understanding Musk's pattern. Here's what you need to understand about Elon Musk before we dive into Macrohard. The man has spent his entire career proving that the experts don't know everything. When he started SpaceX, the aerospace establishment literally laughed at him. Reusable rockets? NASA said it couldn't be done. Boeing and Lockheed Martin had the market locked down with disposable rockets that cost hundreds of millions per launch. But Musk didn't care what they thought. He went ahead and did it anyway, and now SpaceX rockets land themselves like something out of a science fiction movie, slashing launch costs by up to 70%. And that's just one example. Remember when everyone said electric cars were golf carts for hippies? Tesla turned that narrative on its head so completely that now every major automaker is scrambling to catch up. Ford, GM, Volkswagen. They're all betting their futures on electric vehicles because Musk showed them it could be done at scale. He didn't just make a product. He changed an entire industry's trajectory. But wait, it gets even more interesting. While most billionaires are content to disrupt one industry, Musk has been playing on multiple boards simultaneously. Neuralink is pushing the boundaries of brain-computer interfaces, working on implants that could help paralyzed people walk again, and might one day augment human cognition. It sounds like pure science fiction, right? But they've already demonstrated working prototypes. They've actually gotten a monkey to play video games with its mind. Let that sink in for a moment. And then there's his work in artificial intelligence. Musk co-founded OpenAI back in 2015 with a mission to ensure AI benefits humanity. When that venture took a direction he didn't agree with, forming a close partnership with Microsoft, did he just walk away and complain? He started XAI, his own AI company, because he believed he could do it better. That's the pattern here. Musk sees an industry, identifies what he thinks is wrong with it, and then builds something that challenges the entire establishment. Now here's where Macrohard enters the picture. After disrupting space travel, automotive, and biotech, Musk is setting his sights on the software industry itself. And this time, his target is unmistakable. It's right there in the name. Macrohard, a tongue-in-cheek jab at Microsoft that Musk fully acknowledges with a wink. But don't let the playful name fool you. What he's attempting with this project is arguably more radical than anything he's done before. What exactly is Macrohard? The vision that has Silicon Valley buzzing. All right, so what is this thing actually? Let me break it down for you, because when Musk first announced Macrohard, a lot of people thought it was just a joke. The name itself, Macrohard versus Microsoft, sounds like something dreamed up over beers. But here's what you need to know. Musk was dead serious when he posted on X in August 2025, saying, "It's a tongue-in-cheek name, but the project is very real." At its core, Macrohard is Musk's audacious attempt to create a purely AI-driven software company within his XAI initiative. Think about what that means for a second. When you picture a software company like Microsoft, you're imagining thousands of programmers, designers, project managers, and engineers working in offices around the world. Now imagine replacing almost all of them with artificial intelligence. That's Macrohard. But here's where Musk's thinking gets really interesting. He laid out his reasoning in the simplest possible terms. In principle, given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI. At first glance, that might sound crazy. But when you really think about it, he's got a point. Microsoft's products are essentially code. Lines upon lines of software that run on computers. And if AI can write code, which we know it can, then theoretically, why couldn't AI handle the entire development pipeline? Now, before you think this is just Musk shooting from the hip on social media, consider this. The XAI team filed a US trademark for Macrohard on August 1st, 2025, covering a comprehensive range of AI and software products. That's not the move of someone making a joke. That's someone staking legal claim to what they believe will be a legitimate business venture. And it gets even more real. In October 2025, visitors to XAI's massive supercomputing cluster in Memphis, Tennessee, one of the most powerful AI computing facilities on the planet, saw something remarkable. The word Macrohard was painted in enormous letters on the roof of the building. This isn't vaporware or a publicity stunt. Musk is literally branding his hardware infrastructure with this name. So what exactly is Macrohard designed to do? According to Musk, it's not just about making one app or one clever AI demonstration. He envisions Macrohard as what he calls a platform initiative that will span both software and hardware through manufacturing partners. Think of it like this. Macrohard will be the brains, the software, the operating systems, the core intelligence, while partner companies handle the actual physical production of devices, much like how Apple designs the iPhone, but has Foxconn manufacture it in China. Musk himself put it this way. Our goal is to create a company that can do anything short of manufacturing physical objects directly, but will be able to do so indirectly, much like Apple has other companies manufacture their phones. That's a huge statement when you unpack it. He's essentially saying Macrohard will handle everything in the software stack, operating systems, applications, cloud services, AI models, and for anything requiring actual hardware like devices or computer chips, it will outsource production to manufacturing partners. The vision is incredibly ambitious. Macrohard won't just be a tool or a service. If Musk's plan succeeds, it would be a full-stack technology powerhouse competing directly with Microsoft, Google, and other software giants. The difference? It would be run primarily by AI agents, with a small team of humans providing oversight and strategic direction. It's essentially a grand experiment to see just how far artificial intelligence can go in running an actual company. And yeah, it's explicitly gunning for the territory of today's software titans. The architecture: how do you actually build an AI company? Now here's where things get really fascinating, because building a company run by AI isn't something anyone has really done at this scale before. So, how is Musk planning to pull this off? Let me walk you through the architecture and technologies that will power Macrohard based on what we know so far. First, let's talk about the workforce. But this isn't a workforce of people. These are AI agents, what XAI calls Grok agents in their ecosystem, that will handle tasks like coding, design, testing, and even project management. Imagine instead of hiring a junior developer to write a new software feature, you have an advanced AI model that does it. Instead of a team of quality assurance testers clicking through your application looking for bugs, AI agents run through millions of test scenarios automatically. And here's the kicker. These AI agents can work 24/7 without getting tired, without needing coffee breaks, without vacation days. Musk's team envisions specialized AI agents for different roles within the company. One agent might focus on generating code, another reviews and tests that code for bugs and vulnerabilities, while others manage workflows and coordinate between different parts of projects. They would essentially function as a digital development team, a software department composed entirely of algorithms. And Musk has been explicit about his ambitions here. He said that XAI's agents are designed to write and continuously improve production-grade software, including complex products like video games. In fact, he's teased a specific goal, producing a great AI-generated game before the end of next year. That would be a concrete demonstration of what Macrohard can create using purely AI-driven development. But here's something most people don't realize. Running an army of AI agents takes absolutely massive computational power. You can't just run this on your laptop. That's where Colossus comes in. XAI's supercomputer infrastructure. Colossus 1 is already operational, and Colossus 2, currently under construction in Memphis, Tennessee, is being built to be one of the most powerful AI clusters anywhere in the world. We're talking about facilities packed with thousands upon thousands of NVIDIA GPUs, all working together to train and run these AI models. And remember that Macrohard logo we talked about earlier? It's literally painted on the roof of the Colossus 2 facility. That's not a coincidence. This supercomputer is the factory floor for Musk's AI-driven software company. It's where the AI agents live and do their work. The sheer computing power available means Macrohard can run rapid prototyping and automated workflows at speeds that human teams simply couldn't match. An AI running on Colossus could potentially iterate through hundreds of design variations in the time it takes a human team to have one meeting. But wait, there's more to this story. Macrohard isn't just about churning out random applications. Musk has hinted at something much bigger, a full software platform. According to industry analysts who've been following the trademark filings and Musk's statements, the plan positions XAI and Macrohard to define operating systems, core services, and reference designs for devices while outsourcing the actual device manufacturing to partners. Does that sound familiar? It should. It's exactly what Microsoft did with Windows in the PC era. Create a software layer that runs on hardware made by Dell, HP, Lenovo, and countless others. So we might be looking at an AI-optimized operating system developed by AI agents that could run on laptops, phones, or other devices manufactured by partner companies. Macrohard could become the brains inside many devices without owning a single factory or assembly line. While no specific OS name or software development kit has been announced yet, Musk's comments suggest he wants Macrohard to be to the AI era what Microsoft Windows was to the PC era. A ubiquitous software layer that everyone uses. Except this time, it would be designed from the ground up for AI agents and services. Now, you might be wondering, does this mean there are zero humans involved? Not quite. Musk isn't eliminating humans entirely, but he is radically reimagining their role. When he announced Macrohard, he simultaneously put out a call for talented engineers to join XAI to help build it. The expectation is that a relatively small core team of human engineers will set up the frameworks, monitor the AI agents, and handle tasks that AI either can't do or shouldn't do alone. These include governance decisions, high-level design choices, interfacing with other companies, and handling legal and financial aspects. Think of it as a hybrid model. The humans aren't doing the day-to-day coding and testing anymore. Instead, they're orchestrating fleets of AI workers. They're the conductors, and the AI agents are the orchestra. This acknowledges a practical reality. For now, AI isn't infallible. People need to be in the loop to catch errors, make strategic decisions, and ensure the AI stays on track. But the ratio is completely different from traditional companies. Instead of one manager overseeing 5 developers, you might have one human expert managing dozens of AI agents. The transformation, how this could reshape American work. All right, so we've covered what Macrohard is and how it works. But here's the question that really matters to you. What does this mean? If Musk succeeds in creating a viable AI-driven software company, the implications don't stop at his door. This could fundamentally reshape how work functions across American industries and beyond. And I'm not being hyperbolic here. Let me explain why. First, consider what Macrohard represents in terms of knowledge work automation. We've seen automation in factories for decades. Robots building cars, automated systems managing warehouses. But Macrohard brings that same level of automation to office work, to creative work, to the kind of jobs we thought required human intelligence. Routine programming, debugging, user interface design, documentation, even project management could all be handled by AI agents instead of entry-level coders or coordinators. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but AI tools already exist to help with coding. And you're right. But there's a massive difference between GitHub Copilot suggesting a few lines of code and an entire AI workforce developing complete software products from start to finish. Macrohard is testing whether tasks that usually take weeks of human effort can be done in hours by AI. Imagine an AI team churning out a new mobile app overnight, or automatically generating and running thousands of test scenarios on code while humans sleep. The productivity gains could be astronomical. Musk believes this approach will enable what he calls rapid prototyping and automating workflows, not just in software, but across any industry where software plays a role. And in 2025, what industry doesn't use software extensively? Companies that adopt a Macrohard-like model could outpace competitors by delivering solutions at speeds humans simply can't match unaided. But here's where it gets uncomfortable for a lot of people. What happens to human jobs? Let me be straight with you about this. If AI can handle a significant portion of junior and even mid-level programming tasks, the traditional career path for software developers is going to look very different. Those entry-level positions where recent college graduates learn by grinding through code might become scarce. But before you panic, remember that every major technological shift creates new jobs while eliminating others. When factory automation took off, we lost assembly line workers but gained robot technicians and automation engineers. The same pattern will likely play out here. New roles will emerge, positions like AI overseer, AI workflow designer, prompt engineering specialist, AI ethicist. These are people who configure, guide, and monitor AI systems. The skill set that American workers need will shift. Instead of writing every line of code themselves, engineers might spend more time reviewing AI-generated code, setting strategic goals, and providing feedback to refine the AI's work. In this new paradigm, being a good team player might mean effectively delegating to and collaborating with AI agents rather than just human colleagues. And here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. This could fundamentally change how new businesses are started in America. Right now, launching a tech startup typically requires raising significant capital just to hire developers, designers, and other staff. But imagine if, instead of hiring 50 people right away, you could spin up 50 AI agents to handle core development tasks. The barriers to entry could drop dramatically. Entrepreneurs could scale operations rapidly with AI assistance, competing with much larger established companies. That's exciting for innovation, but it also creates competitive pressure across the board. If your competitor can deliver a project in 1 month using mostly AI workers, can your company afford to take 6 months with an all-human team? This might force widespread adoption of AI tools across American businesses just to remain competitive. Even companies skeptical of Musk or wary of over-relying on AI might find themselves with no choice if they want to survive in the market. But let's talk about something even bigger than individual companies. Macrohard's approach could reshape entire business models across industries. If AI can simulate a software company, could it simulate parts of a finance company, an insurance company, a media company? Any industry heavily reliant on information processing and software might adopt Macrohard-like automation. Imagine AI agents handling insurance claims processing, conducting legal document review, or managing customer service inquiries, tasks currently performed by large teams of people. We're already seeing early signs of this with various AI tools, but Musk's initiative could massively accelerate the trend. Furthermore, Macrohard's model of designing products and outsourcing manufacturing could inspire new approaches across tech. We might see AI-driven design houses partnering with contract manufacturers in electronics, robotics, even biotechnology. The result could be a wave of what I call semi-virtual companies. They're essentially powerful AI brains connected to automated factories and service providers. This challenges the traditional model where companies do everything in-house. And it could change the competitive landscape in profound ways. If Macrohard or similar ventures offer AI-built operating systems or productivity software, American companies might have viable alternatives to buying from traditionally human-staffed firms like Microsoft or Google. And you can bet that Microsoft is watching this closely. In fact, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has openly stated that AI could threaten Microsoft's relevance if they don't stay on the cutting edge. That's coming from the top of one of America's most powerful tech companies. They're taking this threat seriously. Classic Musk. Understanding where Macrohard fits now. If you've been following Elon Musk for any length of time, Macrohard probably feels familiar to you. It's got all the hallmarks of a classic Musk venture. He's identified a complacent industry, in this case, traditional software development dominated by giants like Microsoft, declared a wildly ambitious goal, and rallied talent and capital to pursue it. This is his playbook, and it's worked before. Let me show you how Macrohard fits into the bigger picture. Musk has this habit of entering industries where massive players seem completely unbeatable and then competing in unconventional ways. When he started Tesla, he didn't try to build a car company the traditional Detroit way. He completely rethought the automobile around software, batteries, and a direct-to-consumer sales model that bypassed dealerships. With SpaceX, he didn't follow the established aerospace norms of cost-plus contracts and incremental improvements. He embraced rapid experimentation, vertical integration, and a willingness to fail fast and learn faster. That approach let him out-innovate Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and even NASA itself. Macrohard carries that exact same DNA. Instead of building a software empire by hiring thousands of developers and managers like every other tech company does, Musk wants to build it with AI from day one. It's a fundamental reimagining of how a tech company can scale and operate. And there's a personal angle here that makes this even more interesting. Musk's relationship with the AI world, and particularly with Microsoft, has been rocky for years. Remember, Musk co-founded OpenAI back in 2015 with the explicit goal of democratizing artificial intelligence and ensuring it benefits humanity. But he left that organization and has since become one of its loudest critics. He's openly lamented that OpenAI became closely allied with Microsoft, taking billions in investment and effectively giving Microsoft near monopoly control over the latest AI technology through their Azure cloud platform. Musk even sued OpenAI, calling its transformation into a Microsoft-backed juggernaut a stark betrayal of its original mission. At one point, he quipped that OpenAI is going to eat Microsoft alive, suggesting he sees agile AI startups as mortal threats to slower-moving tech giants. So in that context, Macrohard isn't just a business venture, it's personal. By naming it Macrohard, Musk is taking a not-so-subtle shot at Microsoft's identity while claiming that the next Microsoft will be built on AI. It fits his combative, iconoclastic style perfectly. It's like when SpaceX named their drone ships, just read the instructions, and of course I still love you. Playful, but pointed jabs at the establishment. There's also a broader ideological component here. Musk has positioned himself as someone concerned about AI safety and ethics. He's talked about the existential risks of unregulated AI development. With XAI and Macrohard, he's pursuing what he describes as truth-seeking AI that benefits humanity and counterbalances other AI efforts he views as potentially dangerous or misguided. If Macrohard produces powerful AI tools and platforms, it could steer AI development in directions Musk favors, possibly more transparent or aligned with what he sees as human values. Whether you agree with Musk's worldview or not, you have to admit the man is consistent. He sees an industry he thinks is heading in the wrong direction, and he builds an alternative. That's what he did when he disagreed with OpenAI's direction. That's what he's doing now with Macrohard. And historically, betting against Musk pulling off the seemingly impossible has been a losing strategy. The reality check, challenges that could derail everything. All right, I've laid out the ambitious vision and the impressive technology behind Macrohard. But let's be real for a moment. I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't address the elephant in the room. Musk's projects, as visionary as they are, often face significant challenges and delays. Creating an AI-run company at this scale is bleeding-edge stuff. Nobody has really done this before. So what could go wrong? First, there's the fundamental question of technical feasibility. Can AI agents truly run a complex software enterprise reliably at production scale? Today's best AI code generators, tools like GitHub Copilot or even GPT-4, are impressive. They can definitely assist programmers. But they still make errors, they still need human guidance, and they occasionally produce code that simply doesn't work or creates security vulnerabilities. Scaling that up from helpful assistant to entire company workforce is a massive leap. And here's something that should concern anyone investing in this vision. Issues with AI agent reliability are well documented. An AI might produce buggy code, make incorrect decisions, or in complex situations, fail in ways that are hard to predict. One analyst following the project noted that achieving Musk's macro vision of truly simulating Microsoft is incredibly difficult. Enterprise-grade reliability and security demands are brutal, and AI agents aren't exactly known for their consistency yet. We might see impressive demos from Macrohard, an AI-built mobile app here, an automated tool there. But replacing something as comprehensive and mission-critical as Microsoft 365 or Azure with AI-driven equivalents? That's a much taller order. The most realistic short-term scenario is probably that Macrohard produces niche successes or breakthrough tools rather than immediately replacing everything Microsoft does. Then there's the human element. The plan calls for a lean team of humans overseeing a vast AI workforce. But even overseeing AI is a significant job. If one person is managing 50 AI agents, that person needs excellent tooling to track what all those agents are doing, verify their outputs, and intervene quickly if something goes wrong. Managing AI workers is genuinely uncharted territory. Think of it as an extreme version of management by exception. There's a real risk that errors slip through simply because of scale. A single manager might miss a subtle security flaw that an AI agent introduced into the codebase. Musk will need to develop sophisticated monitoring systems, possibly AI on AI oversight, to augment the human overseers. Otherwise, that small human team becomes a bottleneck or a single point of failure. It's entirely possible that in practice, more humans will be needed than Musk's pure AI company tagline suggests, at least until the AI systems prove themselves truly trustworthy over extended periods. And then, there's the challenge of market adoption. Getting industries and enterprises to actually embrace an AI-built platform won't be automatic, even with Musk's name attached. Big companies, especially in regulated industries like banking or healthcare, tend to be conservative about critical software systems. Convincing a major bank to run their infrastructure on Macrohard-developed systems will require proving that the AI development process meets rigorous security and reliability standards. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Musk's brand is a double-edged sword. He's a visionary who inspires loyalty, but some enterprises might be wary, particularly remembering how certain Musk predictions have fallen behind schedule. Tesla's fully self-driving capability has been coming next year for several years now. Macrohard will have to demonstrate real value, probably by starting with less critical applications. If the first AI-generated video game that Musk promised turns out great, that builds credibility. But if Macrohard's early outputs are buggy or disappointing, skeptics will have ammunition. There are also legal and ethical minefields to navigate. Using AI to generate software at scale raises serious intellectual property questions. Who owns code that AI writes, especially if the AI was trained on other people's code? There are already lawsuits against AI coding assistants alleging that they regurgitate copyrighted code. Macrohard will need to be extremely careful about intellectual property, ensuring its AI models are trained on properly licensed data and that outputs don't inadvertently infringe copyrights. And yes, let's address the name itself. Macrohard is clever and humorous, but it skates pretty close to a certain existing brand. While Musk's team has filed for the trademark, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft's legal department is watching this situation closely. Trademark law involves complex questions about parity versus consumer confusion. We could see anything from a friendly exchange of jokes to an actual legal dispute. Finally, Musk isn't operating in a vacuum. He's not the only one pushing AI in software development. Microsoft itself, ironically enough, is integrating AI deeply into coding through tools like Copilot X. Google has its own AI development tools. Countless startups are working on AI agent platforms. While Musk's effort is the highest-profile moonshot to replace an entire company's operations with AI, there's real competition. If any of these other players succeed in even one area, say, AI that can build websites autonomously, or AI that manages customer service perfectly, it could eat into Macrohard's potential market or steal its momentum. But here's the thing, and this is important. Musk has a track record of confounding critics over the long term. Many people thought reusable rockets were fantasy until SpaceX landed Falcon 9. Many thought Tesla would fail against Detroit's automotive giants. Skepticism about Macrohard is absolutely warranted. It truly is unproven technology at unprecedented scale. Yet Musk's companies have enormous resources. XAI has reportedly raised billions in capital and is building out that massive GPU cluster. They have money, machines, and Musk's proven ability to attract top-tier engineering talent. At minimum, Macrohard will likely generate valuable innovations in AI agents and software development tooling, even if it falls short of replacing Microsoft in the next few years. And those innovations could benefit many industries while spurring competitors to evolve, which ultimately benefits consumers and advances the entire tech ecosystem. What this means for you and the future of American work. So we've covered a lot of ground here, and I want to bring this back to what it actually means for you. Whether you're a software developer, worried about job security, an entrepreneur looking for competitive advantages, or just someone trying to understand where technology is heading, Macrohard represents something bigger than just another Elon Musk project. It's a signal of where we're headed as a society. Here's what I want you to take away from this. We're at a pivotal moment in technology where AI is transitioning from being a tool that assists us to potentially being the core workforce of companies. That sounds like science fiction, a corporation run by algorithms, creating products for the human world. But through Musk's characteristically bold approach with Macrohard, we're going to see how much of that fiction can become reality in the near term. For American workers, this is a wake-up call. Adaptation is going to be absolutely crucial. Those who learn to leverage AI effectively may find themselves exponentially more productive than they are today. You might be able to accomplish in one day what currently takes you a week. But those who cling to old methods might feel the pressure of faster-moving competition breathing down their necks. Industries from software to entertainment, from finance to healthcare, could all be reshaped by AI-driven creation. If you're a developer or in tech, here's my advice. Don't fight this trend. Embrace it. Start learning how to work with AI tools now. Understand how to prompt them effectively, how to review their outputs critically, how to integrate them into your workflow. The developers who will thrive in the Macrohard era aren't the ones who can write the most code. They're the ones who can orchestrate AI agents effectively while applying human judgment to strategic decisions. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, pay close attention to what Macrohard does. Win or lose, it's going to teach us valuable lessons about AI-driven business models. The ability to scale rapidly with AI assistance could be the competitive advantage that separates winners from losers in the next decade. We might see more AI-first startups following Macrohard's approach, and incumbent firms will need to either partner with AI companies or build their own AI capabilities to keep pace. And look, I get it. There's anxiety about job displacement, about whether AI will make human workers obsolete. Those concerns are valid, but consider this. Every major technological revolution in American history has created more opportunities than it destroyed. The Industrial Revolution didn't leave everyone unemployed. It created entirely new industries and job categories that didn't exist before. The computer revolution was supposed to eliminate jobs, but instead created the entire tech sector. The internet was going to destroy retail jobs, but it created e-commerce, digital marketing, social media management, and countless other roles. AI will follow a similar pattern. Yes, some jobs will disappear or be fundamentally transformed, but new jobs that we can't even fully imagine yet will emerge. The key is positioning yourself to take advantage of those opportunities rather than being left behind. Stay curious, keep learning, and be willing to adapt. For Elon Musk personally, Macrohard represents another big swing at a big problem. It fits perfectly into his career pattern of challenging the impossible. Will Macrohard become the next Tesla or SpaceX, silencing doubters with breakthrough achievements? Or will it hit unexpected roadblocks that take years to overcome? Honestly, it's too early to say definitively. The project is just getting started. We're seeing job listings, a trademarked name, and a logo on a roof. But we haven't seen the actual products yet. What is clear, though, is that Musk is once again pushing boundaries and forcing all of us to imagine a different future of work. A future that until recently seemed like it belonged in science fiction novels is now being actively built in Memphis, Tennessee. And here's my final thought on this. Not long ago, the idea of landing rockets or having AI write coherent essays would have gotten you laughed out of any room. Today, those are just normal. We take them for granted. The idea of an AI-run company might seem far-fetched right now. But Musk is betting that in a few years, we'll look back and wonder why we ever thought it was impossible. Macrohard's journey is going to be fascinating to watch unfold, regardless of whether it fully succeeds or partially fails. It could accelerate the arrival of AI-driven workplaces and give the tech establishment the competitive jolt it needs. And look, you don't have to be an Elon Musk superfan to appreciate what this represents. You can be skeptical of some of his claims or concerned about some of his methods, while still recognizing that what he's attempting with Macrohard is genuinely important. Love him or loathe him, the man has a track record of making big things happen. With Macrohard, he's attempting to pull off another supposedly impossible feat. And if it works, even partially, the way we all work might never be the same.